Just days before the 2016 hurricane season got underway, crews were testing the Westbank's front line of storm defense. Workers in a surprisingly small control room operate huge engines inside the largest pump station in the world. When all 11 pumps are running, they push out 8.5 million gallons of water a minute and could fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool in 4.5 seconds. About a half a mile south of where the Harvey Canal and the Algiers Canal come together, this $1.1 billion West Closure complex can pump out water that threatens to flood parts of Jefferson, Orleans, and Plaquemines parishes. The floodgates that can close this channel to block storm surge are the largest in North America.
We feel we're very prepared.
Susan McClay, president of the Flood Protection Authority on this side of the river, says the Westbank has the highest, widest, strongest levees in its history. And yet,
there could always be a monster storm that's even larger than what the system was designed to protect against.
And not everything is up to the level of protection it should be.
We do have an area of vulnerability right now.
A map here in the authority's Safe House and Command Center labels the number 1 and number 2 concerns.
We do have some problems in the Lake Catawatchee area.
John Monzon, the authority's regional director, says the problem is levees are sinking, and 2 of them need to be lifted soon.
Number 1 is the Lake Catawatchee pump station, the Biosegnet pump levee segment.
He drives me out to a 2-mile stretch of levee that would block storm surge from the Lake Catawatchee area to show me why he's concerned.
This is one of the first segments of levees that we want to lift this year.
He says requirements call for these levees to be 12.3 feet above sea level.
Right now I'm standing in an area where it's probably about 7 inches deficient. We want to raise them to about a 14 and a half. That will give some overbuild.
Next, he takes me out to a short levee segment along Bayou Signet, labeled priority number 2 on the command center map. Since it's new, built after Katrina, he says it's sinking faster than other levee segments. You can see how it slopes down.
I think this levee here is in the 3.5 to 4 foot efficiency.
He says this levee segment is only about 800 feet long.
But because it's in an area where you could have stacking of water, because we have flood walls on either side of the canal, this does concern me.
Monzon says water overtopping this levee could flood into West Wego, Marrero, even Gretna.
Depending on the level of catastrophic failure, that's what we're trying to avoid.
Based on what he's seeing here in the field, he changes priorities of which levee to lift first.
We're going to do this one first. It makes sense because it's such a small piece. We can knock this out pretty quickly.
Overall, the Westbank Flood Protection Authority says it enters this hurricane season better prepared than ever.
Our largest weakness is the complacency by the public, thinking it can't happen again, or they just forget what occurred in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina.
Susan McClay emphasizes the massive protection system now in place reduces the risk of storm and flood damage. But in the face of a big storm, evacuating could be critical to saving life. Dennis Woltering, Eyewitness News.